Okay, so I'm cleaning cages, and usually when I clean cages, I'll take some of my female snakes and turn them loose in this room. And I've got one snake in here, it's a reticulated python, and this thing's in a defensive mode. I've never turned it loose before and put it on the ground and then walked away. And pretty much when I did that, it immediately went into defense mode and tried to strike. So I'm gonna make a video of me trying to deal with this thing and try to get her picked back up to where she's acting semi-normal. So I'm gonna use a hook, and I've got a little shield. They're just a tub lid. So all this snake, it's in a defensive mode. It doesn't really want to hurt me. It just wants to be left alone. So before I turned it loose in here, I pulled it out of the cage, handled it probably for 3 or 4 minutes, and then set it in this room. And up to this point, she was just fine, no problems at all. I could touch her on the head, she was crawling around on my shoulders and stuff like that. So, but I'll give it a shot, see what happens. I may end up getting bit, we'll see. That's just part of keeping snakes. Sometimes it happens. So you're going to see the body language of this snake. It's probably going to strike here in a little bit. It's recoiled back and it's ready to light me up. So it just sees me as a type of predator. It's just acting on instinct. That's all it's doing. So I'll try to be nice and easy with this snake and calm it down. Work my way towards it. It could easily reach out here and probably, it's striking distance right now. It could probably go about halfway up this hook when it went to strike. So this snake's just really focused on me right now. It's looking at my eyeballs. If it didn't try to strike, it would strike right at my face. So try to get her calmed down a little bit. I don't want to get too close. I'll inch my way in here. Let this snake, just let it settle down. I don't want to disturb it too much and threaten it too much. But it's kind of backing off a little bit now. It's not as focused on me right now. And if I just reach right in there, it probably would strike immediately. But the whole point of this is to try to make this as, trying to think of a word. I don't want to try to keep this snake as, I don't want to upset it too much. Well, obviously it's upset, but stressful. I want to keep this as least stressful as I possibly can with this animal. It's acting totally normal. This is totally what I would have expected with this animal. Totally expected. And this one right here, it's a super tiger, reticulated python, and it's going on 2 years old. Relatively small for a 2-year-old retic. So I've got other retics that are just barely over 2 years. They're probably maybe 4 months older than this one, and they're probably, I'd say, 2 to 3 times the girth and weight, and 1.5 to 2 times longer than this animal. I'd say this snake's around 8 feet, something like that. Often when I'm handling these things, depending on the snake, while I'm handling it, I try not to make eye contact too much because it can trigger a defense mechanism and they'll strike at you. They're just being a snake, But I'm going to try to work this snake towards me. I may have to use a shield. I could go right up, cover the snake's face with a shield. See, there it goes again. It's going to be kind of hard getting up to this one without being bit. Once I get a hold of it, it's probably going to thrash around. It might thrash around. Okay, so I'm just going to take the shield. Come in, it might strike at this. Here we go. It's fine. It's totally normal. What I do is I use the shield to kind of come in towards the snake. It's right behind this. Sometimes I'll cover it up. It kind of makes the snake feel a little more secure. Now I can probably inch my way in here and get a hand on this animal. I don't know where the head's at right now, so it's possible if I reach around it may come out at me. What I'm trying to do is not make eye contact, because that's one of the problems I have with this snake. It may pee and poop all over me too. It may musk. That's totally normal. So when I'm handling this, I try to restrain the snake as little as possible. I'm already getting musk. Kind of smells like a skunk. It's okay, baby. So, once you, for the most part, you get the snake in close proximity, and you got your hands on it, they will calm down. This snake's fairly young. I've handled it minimally, just because they have been kind of high strung. I don't know if it's the genetics play a role in that or not, but this snake's just being a snake, that's all. It really doesn't want to hurt me. It just wants to protect itself. It's one of its instincts. Protect itself and survival. So while I'm holding it, I'm not going to make too much eye contact with it, because it probably will bite me in the face. Some of y'all probably would like that. But that's okay. Most of the time I can get a hold of these things without that happening. Occasionally I do get bitten. But it's going to happen when keeping snakes. It will happen. Okay, well I'm going to step out of the room and put this snake back into its cage. So, have a good day. Here's another example of a snake. I got this one. Eventually this one's going to go in an 8-foot cage, but this snake's relatively mild mannered. I can usually go right up to it, pick it up. I've been around this animal for a long time. I still approach this one with caution. she is.